for our today's discussion. Well, first of all, what does it mean by the content of the report, right? It means that the content that you put in your report, right? And all of you have familiarity with it, and all of you are very much familiar with what does it mean, because time and again we have discussed reports, analytical reports, technical reports, research proposal, research paper, papers, etc, etc. So we have got the basic concept or basic knowledge of what does the word content in a report mean, right? So as per your understanding, the content means the same things that you have already gone through, right? The content means, right, your report should have a title, abstract, the summary, table of contents, right? List of tables, figures, and graphs if you have used and put them in your report. Then introduction, here from here starts the main body of your report, then the body, conclusion, then references, appendices, right? For reference work, right, for this material, these books were consulted, right? Academic writing, a resource for researchers by Kristen, right? Then modern myths, shortcomings in scientific writing by Jane Leake Diamond, and then practical guidelines for writing a technical or scientific report by Professor Joris D. Chutter, right? So these are the resources from where we have consulted these things. Then, first of all, the title, the right titles are designed to inform readers on the content of your work, right? Aims for a title that is informative and specific to your research. Make sure that your title clearly indicates and reflects the contents of the report, because we have already discussed in all the contents that our title is always self-explanatory. Not only it informs the reader that what we shall be doing during the course of our report, but at the same time it informs the reader about the nature of the study and a little bit knowledge about the methods of data collection, etc. So your title is always self-explanatory. Then the qualities of effective titles, right? Your title should be concise, descriptive, and specific. Here, descriptive means it should have some qualities from its appearance or from title. The audience should be able to know what is this or research about, or what is the researcher going to do in this report. Then specific means clearly stated. Do not use abbreviation in title. The initial working title may not adequately reflect your actual type of study. Adjust your title at the end of your project or research if possible. Then even after you have completed your work, you can adjust it. Then abstract. Abstract is a brief summary of the study, rationale, methodology, and main findings and conclusion of the report, right? Then writing an effective abstract. An abstract should be self-contained, right? And you know that we always write abstract at the end of the report. When we are done with everything, then we write it, right? And it is always within word limit, right? 100 to 300 are as per the choice or directions of your right department. Do not include general background information in your abstract. Do not include tables and figures in the abstract. right? Do not cite references in the abstract as well, right? Then we have got table of contents, right? The purpose of the table of content is to give an overview of the subject matter and structure and the content of the report so that the reader can easily jump to a specific part of the text containing the information they need. Formatting the table of contents, right? Use contents as a header for the table of contents, right? Use the correct indentation, main titles, right? Contents, introduction, conclusion, and appendices should be left aligned, and titles of section should be indented from the left margin. For each additional level, you should set an additional indent, right? Then divide all your subjects into subtopics, but take into account that each subtopic could belong to only one subject of a higher level. Please note that each subtopic should have at least one or other subtopics at the same level. Arrange all subtopics in a systematic manner using unique criteria. Use parallel structure for heading at the same level, right? Like this. This is an example. Then जी अस्सलाम वालेकुम उस्मान। उस्मान आप आए हुए हैं यूनिवर्सिटी में? चले मैं ना 10:30 बजे निकलूंगा युवा से। मैंने अब्दुलरहमान बात कर रहा हूँ, चेक रिसीव करना था। जज़ाकल्लाह, बहुत शुक्रिया। Then we have got list of tables, figures, and graphs, right? List of tables, figures, and graphs guide readers to find the information they are looking for in the body of the text, right? So as you know that for the list of tables, the figures, and graphs, we always attach a separate list with the help of which the audience can easily read the changes. Then we have got the introduction. An introduction should capture the audience attention. Introduction generally is start by identifying a situation, a problem in the existing literature, right? Then strong introduction that describes the nature of the research, the problem statement, the purpose, why you have intended or why you are intended to do this work, right? It definitely describes the motive behind why you want to conduct and what is the research gap or what is the gap you want to explore. Because I have already told you, for example, many people work on cell theory, but each time when a researcher is conducting a research, he will be leaving us with a new dimension, with a new direction about the research methodology. And at the same time, he will be telling us about some new directions, about new knowledge. Then we have got the body. The body of the text explains in detail how the study was conducted, reports key findings, and provides evidence supporting your conclusion. Then organizing the body of the text, divide all the body of the text in chapters, introduction, then literature review, then methodology, then results, then conclusion, right? And each section has got, as each section, introduction is a main section, and within that main sections there are several subsections, right? Or there can be several subsections, and each section consists of paragraphs, and further each paragraph may have bullets, points, etc. in them. Then we have got the conclusion, right? The main extends with a concluding section. Remember that this section will be read by prospective readers first, therefore it should be independent of the main body of the text, right? Because people most of the time start from the conclusion, what is the conclusion, then they come back to introduction, and then literature review, methodology, and then results. Writing the conclusion, you need to recapitulate all your main findings in general conclusion and contributions. Briefly discuss your results if appropriate and provide an answer to the problem statement. Conclude with the recommendations for improvement and or suggestion for further research. Then references are there, right? The reference section comprises a list of all sources that were cited in the text, right? Compiling the reference list, right? The reference list should be alphabetically according to the first author's last name. And if you use the number system, then references are listed in order that they have been cited in the text. So there are two ways to cite references, right? First alphabetically, and if not, then always start with the reference number from where you started, 1, 2, 3, then appendices convey important but non-essential information such as raw data, long proofs, calculations, and extensive experimental results. If they would be included in the body of the text, these could harm the readability of the text. And at the end, we have got the last thing that we have to pay attention. Appendices should always be numbered, captioned, and referred from the text, right? Appendices A, appendices B, appendices C, appendix 1, appendix 2, appendix 3, like this, right? Appendices should be clear and self-contained because they are somehow the part of the report, but they do not become in their entirety the part of the report, right? So that is why they are attached at the end as a proof. So that was all from my side on the topic of the content of a report, right? Inshallah, we'll see you people tomorrow with a new topic, and by tomorrow I shall be assigning you people the topic for your presentation. So get ready. Not everybody in the class is going to ask for the presentation. Only 5 to 6 people will be asked and they have to present, right? And there will be only 5 to 6 topics for which they have to present, right? So inshallah, we'll see you people tomorrow at the same time. Till then, take wonderful care of yourselves. Bye bye for now. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz, sir.